Now, we are going to talk about chapter 16. We will look at some of the words and meanings and see the important themes of this chapter. Sumptuous is splendid or something which tastes very nice. Tranquility is calmness. Unadvertised is taking place without being made public. Continual is something which is being repeated. Swept through is cleared. Maladjustment are instabilities. Charmed is someone who is delighted. Disarrangement is disordered. Rooted is fixed. Politer is well-mannered people. Bullying is mistreatment. Genuine is someone who is real, and pomposity is self-importance. Terminal is station at a particular point. Affectionately is warmly, sweetly. Emotionally is passionately. Reckoned is calculated, and hospitality is welcoming attitude. Jester is an entertainer. Unimpaired is undamaged. Slump is to fall. Gilt-edged is fixed interest loans, securities issued by the UK government, and legacies are inheritances. Dished up is to prepare something in an attractive manner. Strolling is walking about. Gassing is chatting. And the important themes of this particular chapter are that the author is talking about the 15 years which he spent after the retirement. What about his retired life? And then how old boys from school, how they visited Chips, what was his reputation, and then post-war decade changes, and what was the economic condition of Mr. Chips. Now we are going to look at the summary of the chapter number 16 from the novel Goodbye Mr. Chips. We are going to talk about the important ideas which are presented in this particular chapter. Mr. Chips, he spent the last 15 years of his life at Mrs. Wickett's. He was not ill, but due to old age, he felt a bit tired at different times. Every weekend, his students came to see him, and he was very happy to see all his students. He still retained his sense of humor. People always expected some new jokes and new things from him. He stayed there at Mrs. Wickett's for 15 years until he died. Now Chips, he had earned the reputation of being a joker or a jester. He often used jokes and puns to explain difficult or different situations. And he had such a sense of humor that it never failed to please his audience. Now Chips' income, he was more than that he needed to spend. He was a kind-hearted man and very generous. He gave a lot of his money away to people who came to him and told him of their hard luck stories. He also donated money to various school funds and to the Brookfield Mission. In 1930, he made his will. After giving some of his money to the mission and Mrs. Wickett, he left all of his money for the foundation of an open entrance scholarship to the school. The post-war decade, that is after the First World War, swept through with a clatter of change and maladjustments. But Mr. Chips, he was satisfied with Brookfield. It was rooted in things that had stood the test of time and change and war.